when I work with bodybuilders, when I work with body composition athletes, I always get asked, what is the best exercise to get a big chest? What is the best exercise to get bigger biceps? With athletes, I sometimes get it also, but it's what lift will get me the biggest improvement in performance. When it comes to athletic training, everybody will likely have different answers. So you're gonna have people claiming it's a power clean, the power snatch, the bench press, the deadlift. And in my experience, it's the back squat. Okay, the back squat, when you're an athlete, it is the best movement, the one that will lead to the greatest improvement in athletic performance. Because, as I mentioned in an earlier capsule, the back squat is what has the greatest correlation with speed from 0 to 10 meters. And when you look at many different sports, that is the type of physical capacity you need. You're a football lineman. You just need that 10-meter sprint. You don't need that 40-yard dash. Being really, really strong and powerful over the first 10 meters is key. Even when you're a wide receiver, getting that first burst for 10 meters is what will create separation with a defensive back. If you're a linebacker, again, it's in a box that is 7x7. So a 10-meter sprint is key to performance. So the back squat is without a doubt when it comes to having that explosiveness, the most important lift. It's also very beneficial because it has the greatest strengthening effect on the core. If you do a squat properly, okay, if you do a squat like all loose and loosey-goosey, of course it doesn't transfer well to sport performance. Here are the key elements you need when doing a back squat for athletic performance and why. The first thing, your feet, okay? And my friend Alex Babin always teaches that, and he was, in my opinion, the first one to really teach us that. It's not just about like rooting your feet into the floor. What you want if you're an athlete, every time you do a squat, or even a deadlift for that purpose, grab the floor with the toes. Okay, when you're set up, you're trying to dig your toes into the ground and you maintain that for the duration of the set. Why is that important? Because it will strengthen the muscles of the feet, and having those muscles strong will give you that trampoline effect when you're running. When you're running, your foot in the floor, if it crumbles, that kinetic energy will dissipate instead of being stored inside those muscles. If it's being stored, boom, it's used to propel myself. Catapult effect. It's very trampoline effect, very, very powerful. Having strong feet is key for sprinting performance. So when squatting, grab the floor. That's a very strong benefit for the squat. Then you want to keep that core tight. Imagine getting punched in the stomach. Super important because when you do a squat with planks are cool, okay? They teach you to keep that core activated, but in sports, you don't just stand there without moving. You're moving. What the squat does, if you focus on keeping that tight, is moving, so dynamic action with isometric action here. So if you're capable of keeping that tight while I'm moving, that will transfer to sports performance. Most people, when they start to move, they lose tightness here. The squat is a very good movement to learn to keep that tight. Then you want to squeeze the bar hard, bring your elbows to your side, activating those lats. Basically, the squat, if done properly, is a whole body movement. It's even strengthening the shoulders because I'm holding the bar here. Increase shoulder mobility because I'm holding the bar back. So the squat, without a doubt, has the greatest correlation with sporting performance of all the lifts you can do, in my own opinion. So if you're an athlete, the first thing you need to be strong at, the one point of emphasis, you should be very strong in a full back squat. I prefer personally a high bar, doesn't matter if you do low bar, but always grab the floor with your toes if you want full transfer to sprinting performance.